Hey patrons, how's it going? This is Big Lair, Jack's Private Coffee Corner. This is the daily crypto update. Today is December 13th. It's a Friday. Ooh, Friday the 13th. It's kind of funny, in Asia, nobody cares about Friday the 13th. They don't have that superstition. Okay, let's see. Today, I'm off to the dentist later on. Man, I haven't had a cavity in like 20 years. And recently, my tooth kind of felt funny. So I went in and my dentist, this is a dentist I had not seen in like 15 years. and he said, "You got like 5 cavities, man." So I don't know where that came from, but maybe stress, all those years of not having a cavity. And then I come back to Japan, my father-in-law is diagnosed with terminal cancer and we're taking care of him, and my kids are in Japanese schools, and that's really stressful for just a million different reasons. And they say, what do they say, the most stressful things you can go through in life are having a close relative die, losing a job or getting a new job, and then moving. Well, let's see, my family and I moved from Malaysia to Japan, so that would be a huge stressor, right? So I had a really nice job I liked in Malaysia. I quit that job to come back here to take care of my father-in-law with my wife and kids. Okay, sorry about that. I had a phone call come through on my phone here. So we moved from Malaysia to Japan, and that should be a big stressor, I guess. And then I had a nice job in Malaysia that I liked. I quit that job, came to Japan, and had a really hard time finding a job, so I just started my own company. So that would be a stressor there. And then my father-in-law passed away. So I got like a triple, not a 1-2 punch. I got a 1-2 punch, and then as I went down, I got a kick in the stomach, that kind of deal. So probably it was stress. I'm not the kind of guy who can admit that I have stress. In fact, years ago, I used to go to this, I guess you'd call him a massage therapist, this guy in Japan that I had found. And he does like a full body massage, then he does like a chiropractic adjustment, and then he does acupuncture. And this guy was so good. Like, he'd just be massaging you. Like, I remember once he was massaging my feet. Yeah, and he said, "Oh, you had like a serious injury to your left knee here, huh?" And I'm like, "Well, how do you know that?" And he goes, "I can just tell from your foot." What? And he's right, I did. Anyway, fantastic guy. So one time I'm there and he's doing some kind of adjustment on my neck, a chiropractic thing, and he said, "Wow, your neck muscles are so tight, man. You got a lot of stress, huh?" And I said, "No, I don't think so." And he goes, "No, you have a lot of stress, Larry." And I'm like, "I really don't think so." And then the guy got mad. He got like, I had been going to this guy for years. He was like the nicest, sweetest guy, always a smile on his face, and I had made that guy mad. So, and he was like yelling at me, telling me that the kind of tight muscles I have only come from a high level of stress. So I remember thinking to myself, "Oh my God, then I made the nicest guy in the world angry. I'd better take notice to this and listen to what he's saying." And I remember walking out of his place, and I got in my car and I thought, "Oh my God, I have stress. I have stress." I really felt like I was a loser. Like, what kind of loser lets stress affect them, So that was a big eye-opener for me. And I still have a little difficulty in saying I have stress, but, now that I'm 51, I've calmed down. I've worn off my rough edges enough to where I can say, yeah, I probably have stress. Maybe that's from stress. So I don't know. Did I get my cavities from stress? Possibly. My immune system got knocked down from the stress. I don't really eat differently. I eat pretty much the same as I always have. I don't drink colas and sodas. Let's see, I do love Reese's peanut butter cups and Mounds candy bars. However, in Japan, you can't get either of those. They just don't sell that kind of stuff. You can get Snickers and Kit Kat. That's all you can get in Japan. Otherwise, it's all Japanese snacks. Or unless you want some really fancy European chocolates or something, they probably have that somewhere. So for me, if I eat a dessert, it's something somebody made, not a factory, not a machine didn't make it. I actually know the person who made the dessert. That's the only kind of desserts I eat. So I don't eat a lot of sweet stuff. I eat pretty clean for the most part. I mean, if you look at my face here, I don't really have that much fat on my face. In fact, I've kind of trimmed down the last several months. I got some advice from a very interesting person who I think is a psychic. I don't know if she calls herself that, but she told me a number of foods that I should not be eating. I guess all of us, just like our DNA is individual to us, we also have foods that we should be eating and foods we should not be eating, and then foods we should avoid if possible. So here I was eating a number of foods that I should just avoid altogether and not eat. And so I eliminated those out of my diet. And the only thing I'm doing that she said I shouldn't be doing is I still drink coffee once in a while. Come on, my channel is Jack's Private Coffee Corner, right? Wouldn't sound as good as if it would have been, Jack's Private, Japanese Tea Corner, or Jack's Private, I don't know, Tea Leaf Corner or something. Doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? Jack's Private Coffee Corner. Anyway, so that's another big digression. Sorry about that. So yeah, cavities, going to the dentist. This guy's pretty good. He's a little, what can I say? He's a very assertive guy, He'll tell you what he thinks, and if you don't agree, he'll just be like, no, you're wrong. End of story. Which I think is really funny, personally. Okay, so let's get to the cryptos here. We've got some interesting stuff going on. And let's jump to our first group of numbers. Let's see, what do we have going here? Well, if we look at this, we can see two things that jump out. If we look in that flesh-colored box from the December 12th to the 13th, the price percent increase or decrease, the plus or minus, and we scan down, we notice that Tezos, it has increased 9.55%, the price. And if we look over at the price of Tezos, yep, it's $1.72. Holy moly, $1.72. This is awesome, so awesome. And Tezos has been a coin that I've been talking about. Man, I'm just beating this thing to death. I always talk about Tezos, Neo, OMG, and then my three other new ones are EOS, Neo Gas, and Veritasium, right? So Tezos was one of my original 3 picks that I just followed like crazy because I noticed these coins had these beautiful patterns, up and down, up and down. And I don't have to remind you guys that I've traded, Neo and OMG to the point where I doubled. Neo, I doubled. OMG, I almost doubled my bag. And now I'm focusing on Tezos. Why? Because Tezos is at a price now that I can get rid of some of it. Now, it's funny. Last night I got home a little late from work. I've been traveling a lot. For some reason, December's busy for work. I don't know why. I do consulting work and I teach. I just love to teach, so sometimes I'll take on these part-time teaching jobs. Like I recently taught at a high school a couple times the last few weeks, and that's always enjoyable. I like to see what kids are up to. And anyway, so I got home late, was putting together the numbers for the market cap, and I saw Tezos was at $1.58. Well, my second target price on Tezos is $1.57.5. So $1.58 is, just a hair over my selling price. So I thought, oh boy, should I get all my devices ready, and then should I move some Tezos? Because I still haven't done that yet. I like to have a certain amount of quiet I can be by myself for a while to do that. You know, when you're sending cryptocurrencies back and forth, you do not want any distractions whatsoever. So I thought, well, I'm pretty tired. I'm going to take a chance. I'll take a chance and see how it looks tomorrow morning. And if it's down under my target price, I'm okay with that. And if it's above it, I'll be happy. So I had no idea I would wake up and find it all the way to $1.72. So this is awesome for me. As soon as I get a chance today, come back from the dentist, that's the first thing I'm going to do is shoot some Tezos over to an exchange and sell some of them. And this is good practice. You know, I think, who was it, Energy Gal, who mentioned something about getting rid of some Tezos. And, you know, getting rid of just a little bit, getting used to it. That's another thing that, you know, most people don't talk about is, you know, you buy these cryptocurrencies, you hold them in a wallet, and then everyone just sits on them. They don't have any experience with actually selling them, which sounds, you know, it's like, well, anybody could, you know, you bought the darn things, of course you can sell them. But I'm really surprised at the number of people I've spoken to recently. And when the topic gets to selling cryptocurrencies, people get all funny about it. It almost reminds me of how some people get triggered by, now I'm not really a political guy at all. I could care less of what's going on in politics. I don't even follow things. Well, I follow things enough to where, you know, if someone's talking to me, because I'm a consultant, I deal with a lot of business people. So I follow the news enough to where I can keep a conversation going or understand what someone's telling me. But, you know, as far as politics goes, I have no interest whatsoever. However, one thing I've noticed is that since Trump has become president, a lot of Americans, they're triggered. If you say something about Trump, if you say anything positive about Trump or anything negative about Obama, people get triggered. They get very defensive and angry, and they take it personally, which I think is really strange. But anyway, and I've noticed something similar, not as strong, but something similar with people when you start discussing selling cryptos. Now, I have a chance to talk to a lot of people about cryptos here in Japan, mostly people who are not Americans. However, I am on some different forums, and once in a while I'll post something about, oh, this is a good price, you know, hey, if someone bought this at that, now would be a good time to sell. Some people get really defensive about the idea of selling. No, they're going to hodl forever. And so I noticed the people who complain the most about the price of cryptos being down are the ones that are not able to sell when it gets to a decent price point to take some profits. So I wonder how many people are going to, even when cryptos go up in the future, how long are they going to just sit there and hodl and hodl and hodl? And will we have another peak like, you know, the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, where things shot up? These people will not take any profits, and then it'll drop back down again. What if we have that? Wouldn't that be horrible? You know, if there were people out there who did that. But, you know, that's their deal, right? Okay, now let's get back to our chart here. My apologies for that. And the other thing, so Tezos is looking great. This is beautiful. It's an opportunity to take some profits out. Now remember, when I say take profits out, in my plan, I have three things that I'm thinking about, right? So Tezos reached my target price? Yep, it did. Let's see, so are there other cryptocurrencies that if I had to, I could put my Tezos profits into? Other cryptocurrencies that are a really good buy right now? Yes, there are. There's a lot of them. Digibyte is really cheap. Cardano is really cheap. EOS is looking great. What else do we have here? OMG is super cheap, I think. I could get some Veritasium. I've been wanting to get some of that. So that's my second condition. Condition is being met. And then my third condition is, would I be happy just to sit on my profits because they're in stable coins? Would I be happy to sit on my profits and just wait for prices to go down even more? And that could be the price of Tezos to go down or the price of other cryptocurrencies to go down. So is that a condition that's being met? Yes, I'm okay with that. Okay, so those three are met. Now I can sell my Tezos. All right? So make sure that you don't just sell your coins without these other conditions being met, okay? Okay, now let's jump down to Veritasium. Veritasium is up 7.08% in dollar terms. That's looking good. It was down into the I think it was $11.51 yesterday. Now it's $12.40. I did see it a little higher actually than $12.40 last night, but that's okay. It's come down. So I still think that's a buy even though the price is up. Let's see, everything else, nothing, too interesting. Now Theta, its price is up 3.64% in dollar terms. Of course, it's gained some strength against Bitcoin, as has Tezos and Veritasium. Now also, if we look at something like, let's just look at Ethereum for a second. Now the price is up 1.14%, but if we look at, is it more or less, can we get more or less coins? If we had a Bitcoin and we bought Ethereum, how many less will we get today because the price is up? Well, we only get 0.48 Ethereum less. That's not very much. That's not very much at all, is it? Okay, but it's around what, $50 maybe? And then we look over at NeoGas. NeoGas, it's only down, the price is up 0.97%, so not even 1%. However, we would get 54.73 less NeoGas today than we would have yesterday. So that's looking a little bit better to me than Ethereum, even though NeoGas is up a little less. Okay, and then you can see the other coins, some are up in price, some are down. They're all kind of hovering around zero, anywhere from 0 to 2%, not huge. If you look in the very far right column, everything to me is still the same. I would be happy buying EOS today. Cardano, I would buy, OMG, Digibyte. Pundi, it's a crazy buy. I don't know if I would buy that right now, but it's a crazy buy. As I said, you'd have to be crazy to buy it. But if the price jumps up, you'll get crazy rich. NeoGas, Veritasium, those are both buys. And then for me, Tezos is a sell. Absolutely, this is a sell for me. I'm so happy to see this up. Okay, now let's move over to the market cap. What do we have here? Market cap. Okay, again, we have some pretty big numbers. Look at this. If you go to the light blue column, daily percent change in trading volume, and you go all the way down to the bottom, we can see that Veritasium's daily trading volume is up 136.77%. Holy mackerel. And then we can see that the market cap, the daily percent change in market cap, that flesh-colored pinkish, no, not pink, peach-colored, flesh-colored column, daily percent change in market cap, that's up 19.6%. That's a pretty good increase in market cap in a day. Wow. Well, the price did go up, right? We saw the price went up on the previous visual there. And then we look at Theta. Theta is up. The trading volume, daily trading volume, is up 98.84%. The market cap has increased. The daily, percent change in market cap has increased 6.38%. That's pretty awesome. But then remember, the price of Theta was only up 3.64%. And let's see, then we have, what's the other big one? Oh, Cardano. Look at that Cardano. The daily percent change in trading volume is up 94.71%, but the price didn't really change for Cardano. Didn't really change for Cardano. You know, it's up just a tiny bit, less than 1%. We've got EOS, the percent change, you know, the daily percent change in trading volume. It's up, what's that, 35.38. I got to put my glasses on here. Yeah, 35.38. That's a very liquid coin. I think that's a favorite of investors. You know, the trading volume percent of the market cap is 65.33%. This is a coin I think investors love. It has high liquidity. You know, there's high volume. It's easy to get into and out of. Okay, let's see what else. Digibyte, you know, down. It's down 8.94%. And then look at Monero. It's down. The daily trading volume is down 27.34%. But the market cap really hasn't changed on Monero, and it really hasn't changed on Digibyte. And let's see if we look at Tezos. Now Tezos, that the daily percent change in trading volume is up 14.45%, but the market cap has only increased 2.96. Now that doesn't surprise me so much, because if we look at the trading volume as a percent of market cap, Tezos, you know, the trading volume is only 2.36% of the market cap. So we're talking about a very minuscule amount when we think of the total market cap. So even that huge amount of trading, you know, isn't affecting the price so much, but the market cap did increase, you know, almost 3%. So that's something else we have to take into consideration. The same with Veritasium. You know, Veritasium had this monstrous increase in daily trading volume, you know, that 136.77%. Even the market cap shot up almost 20%, but, you know, the daily trading volume is only 0.10% of the market cap. That is so low. So it's pretty amazing that with that small amount, that small percentage of the market cap being traded was able to move the market cap up 19.6%. So there's lots of things to consider when we see these numbers. Like I've said in the past, I'm still learning. I'm still wrapping my head around what all of this means. Let's see. Now, I will say one thing. Yesterday, when I checked this morning. Let me just say this. That's right, this morning. Yesterday, I checked it also, but let me just talk about this morning. Now, for the market cap, you know, I put these numbers in at night. So I put them in last night, you know, the 12th for me. And these are the numbers. Now, this morning, when I saw the price of Tezos, I looked at the market cap. And if we look here, our market cap for Tezos is up 2.96%. When I look this morning at the number, it's up almost 13%. So that's a pretty big difference, right? We're talking another 10% added on. So when I saw that, I thought, aha, that would explain that beautiful increase in price of Tezos. And as I said, it would be nice if we could track these things by the hour, you know, by every 30 minutes, every hour. I'm trying to decide, you know, what would be good. And that's right, I've got a message, Energy Gal, sorry about that, to say what would be nice to have in an Excel spreadsheet to watch that sort of thing. Okay, well, that's all I've got for today, you guys. It's Friday, December 13th. It's gotten quite cold. This Siberian clipper has rolled into Japan. I was at a couple train stations yesterday. In fact, I was walking from one building to another, and I was carrying this bag that I have with I've got some books, and I sometimes have a computer, and I'm guessing the weight of my bag was 3 to 4 pounds. 3 to 4 pounds. And the wind was so strong, the wind was coming from my back, it was pushing my back. It was so strong, I actually had to brace myself and I'm holding my bag with one hand, and my bag, which weighs about 3-4 pounds, was actually blown. The wind blew it to where it was at a 45-degree angle. Isn't that amazing? I was so shocked. I thought, I don't think I've ever had a wind this strong hit me in Japan. So that was pretty surprising. Now, I haven't been outside during some of the big typhoons, so, you know, those are probably stronger. But, you know, this was just a normal day. Nobody said anything. Super, super strong winds, very cold winds. I think overnight we got down to maybe 28 degrees or something like that. I think. I'll have to check, because I noticed we have this little tiny little fish pond in our garden, and that had ice on it. So I'm guessing that, you know, it freezes at around 32 degrees Fahrenheit, right? And I think it was a little colder than that. Okay, you guys, I better stop here and let everybody get on with their evening or their day wherever you are in the world. So it's the 13th of December. Have an awesome day, and I will see everybody next week unless we have some big action in the markets over the weekend. Take care.